Hola, amigos. It's NRW Nerds Rule the World here for another review. And joining me, as always, is a good pal. He's over at the Movie Review, Screen Comment, Film Threat, Mr. Anthony Francis. How are you, sir?
Doing good. How are you?
I am good, my man. I am excited to talk about this one. This one took me by surprise. I went in with kind of low expectations, and I'll have some thoughts. So let's check out the trailer. We'll talk about the trailer and then get into the nitty gritty. Let's go to Heart Eyes, dropping February 7th. Here we go. Romance is Dead.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch.
Surprised they showed that.
Oh, in the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever see the trailer before?
Yeah.
For the past 2 years, a masked
now that I've
maniac
seen
known
it,
as the Hard-Eyed
surprised they
Killer
showed
has
that.
stalked
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
this is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
Oh, so much.
We're being chased by a fucking serial killer.
Hey, you good?
Yeah. He's gonna keep killing people. We end it here.
Hey, come on.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right? What was...
Why would he say that?
All right. Again, dropping February 7th, a week before Valentine's Day. And I have more thoughts on that when we get to going on our thoughts. When this dropped, when you saw the trailer, what were your initial thoughts when you first became aware of this project and after seeing the trailer?
I'm a big horror fan. I am not a big romantic comedy, modern day romantic comedy fan. Not a big one. They're all the same. I was,
You were iffy.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I knew I'd go to the press screening. Yeah, I wasn't that thrilled at all.
Gotcha. I like that we were getting a Valentine's Day slasher. I need more holiday slashers in my life.
Yeah,
We have
well, yeah.
Thanksgiving, we have Christmas horrors. And it kind of like, oh, we're setting up for a new generation. I want more new generation like horror movies. And so that was my vibe. But like you, I was like you, Anthony. I was like, really curious. I love Olivia Holt, man. She's
She's
she
really
would have
good.
broke my. She reminds me of a girl I would have loved and has super crush on in school because she has that schoolgirl look. The girl in school that
Right.
would have broke your heart, and she's just amazing. Mason
really
Gooding,
good.
Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son. Didn't know he was in films, but man,
Wait, that's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son?
yes, sir.
Wow. He was in
Yeah,
Scream.
and got some chops, bro.
He was in Scream 5 and he didn't impress me, but I thought he was really good here. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I could see the two of them together. The killer looks awesome. I'm like, I'm ready for these cosplays. I'm ready to see your son Arcade pull this off.
He's already on it, man.
Just great visuals. So I was like, okay, I'm hyped, but I'm not too hyped. And then we saw the film. So let's get into our thoughts on the film. But before we do that, Anthony, let me break it down a little bit quickly for the cast and crew to pay respect to the people, and then just a brief synopsis on the story without spoiling. Director is Josh Ruben. Writers are Phillip Murphy, Christopher Landon, and Michael Kennedy. The film stars, as I said, Olivia Holt as Allie, Mason Gooding. We have Devon Sawa and Jordana Brewster as a pair of detectives who are on the hunt for the HEK, the Heart Ice Killer. We have Gigi Zumbado, who's Olivia Holt's character's best friend, who works at the PR firm that they work at, and a host of others. Again, as we always say here on the NRW, shout out to the entire cast and crew. It takes a village to create a piece of work like this, and we give all the love to everyone that put this together. Brief synopsis on the story. We have a pair of we have Olivia Holt's character who works at a PR firm in Seattle, Washington. She works for like this ad campaign that is celebrating Valentine's Day in a way, but it's very poorly done, or at least it's ill-timed, because occurring in this universe is a Valentine's Day killer known as the Heart Ice Killer, HEK, as you see from my backdrop, who's killing across the U.S. and apparently is making its way to Seattle. And as she's having this meeting and finding out that they have to pull all her ads down, she's has to team up with this new guy that's brought in, played by Mason Gooding, to kind of help reinvigorate, because they need to get these ads up for their firm. They go out on a work meeting later, and because Olivia Holt's character sees an ex-boyfriend, she kisses Mason Gooding character quickly, because, you know, she sees him with a new girl, and, you know, relationships, couples, we want to kind of, you know, I'm fine and stuff. So that misdirects this Heart Killer who's watching from across the street, who now sets his sights on the two of them. And this film just follows them throughout the course of an evening as he hunts and goes after them, mistaking them for a couple. And there's more to go there. There's a lot more story in there, but I don't want to spoil for the people that haven't seen it. I think did I do that successfully, Anthony? Did I give enough of a synopsis there? Yep. All right, so let's get into our thoughts. That's briefly what it is. Let's talk to negatives. Let's do that first, and before we get into positives, Anthony, what didn't you like about this film? If there was anything you didn't like.
I mean, yeah, there's a couple, but they're almost irrelevant. But the main thing I didn't like, and I can't really speak too much, but they relied too heavily on an homage to Scream. Well,
let's put in a little like asterisk. This is put together by the folks that did Scream.
Yeah. Okay, I'll say this. When it comes to the reasons for the killer, they relied too heavily on the Scream formula. That's all I'll say. That was I mean, look, for a movie like this, what am I going to do? Pick apart this, that, and that? No. And there's not really a lot to pick apart, but that was the main thing for me. And I really can't say, even though I didn't say it out loud, I figured out kind of who the killer was just by the way they presented this person. I said, it has to be. Why? Why do this? That's so irrelevant. And I was right. But no, I don't really have any major complaints. I thought I was going to have a million, and I don't.
You know what? Same. So yeah, I went in with low to no expectations. I hear your points on that, but also I don't have, and I know you probably don't either. You don't really have a problem with it being the Scream, folks, or being somewhat predictable, because I think with all horror movies, you and I are old heads. We grew up on these things. We're automatically breaking it down, dude. We already figuring things out.
We've seen it all.
It's just gonna come by our age. I think new gen, it's perfectly fine, and they probably don't. They're probably not all up on the Scream stuff. So why not use that formula? So, you know,
I don't mind.
Yeah, like you said, it's hard to kind of like put a negative on it. As long as you just entertain us in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and I don't mind it. I just like, all right, yeah. But you know, can't we just have a killer who just kills because of something, and then we're done? You know, I don't. But again, yeah, like you said, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, And I'm with you. I was kind of figuring certain stuff out too. I had a couple of people that I thought, and then when it didn't turn out that way, and then certain other things turned out to come back on it. Without again, I'm trying to dance around right now. Yeah. I was like, thank you, because I had a prediction. It didn't go that way, and I'm sure you know what I'm saying.
Yep.
Then it went another way. Then another way. I'm like, oh, thank you.
I had the same prediction, by the way.
I was happy to see that, and I think I love that as a horror fan.
Yeah. So
let's talk about favorite moments and just thoughts coming out of it. So after we screened it, I think you were happy about it, and your son Arcade. I can't wait for him to put together the cosplays. What do you think about the looks of the villain and so on and so forth, and just the cast?
I love the villain. I mean, that's awesome. Because there's not too much more you can do with a slasher in terms of look. You need a mask, you need gloves sometimes, you need a jacket, whatever. And that's basically what this is. Yeah, the mask is really cool. The lit up hard eyes. I thought it's a fine costume. I like the cast. Some of the roles were purposely written in a way, and they all work. Her best friend, Gigi, I don't remember her last name, the actress who plays her best friend. She, at first, I'm like, the sassy best friend. But no, that's on purpose, because the director and the writers are skewering rom-coms and slasher movies and all of this, and they're having fun with it while staying on track and not debasing them. And I think that was the right way to go here. But yeah, her friend has the best, funniest line in the whole movie to me. She's on the phone with her, yelling at her about getting her life straight and romance and this. But it's this tirade that's just all romantic comedy movie titles. And it's so clever. And it's like rapid fire machine gun dialogue, and she kills it. And I was laughing out loud at that scene. That was so clever. I enjoyed that. No, the cast does great. Mason Gooding is wonderful. Olivia Holt is wonderful. Devon Sawa and Jordana Brewster, who I usually doesn't register for me. She was really cast. I like the costume. I like the movie. We'll get into that in a minute, but yeah.
All right. Yeah, I echo those comments. Gigi Zumbado, like you said, steals some scenes. It's so scene stealing that I want to see some of her other work and see what she has coming out. When actors do that, that's a sign of a great, of a scene stealer, yeah, it's somebody you can put your eye on. So shout out to Gigi Zumbado. I think the film works because the great chemistry between Olivia Holt and Mason Gooding. That was what I was like. If I can't feel for these characters, if I don't care for these characters, I'm out. It's going to be a bad film for me. And they kept me all the way through. And it doesn't hurt that I have a crush on Olivia Holt. As a fan of hers and her other work, I'm like, again, she would be the young, the girl I would have fallen in love with in school, because she has that school look when you're a kid. And she's awesome. Just great work from the two of them. And like you said, the killer, I love the look, the visuals, the weapery. Again, like I said, I can't wait for Arcade to come up with his heart daggers and the crossbow and all of that stuff. Yeah. It gave us a great villain. It gave us what we wanted, and has equal parts rom-com and horror and gory horror too. Yeah. And wasn't expecting that.
Clever,
fun ride.
Yeah. What you said about their chemistry, you have to care for them. You're right. And I did, and they were wonderful, and that worked. In a movie that's kind of not full on, but parody a little bit of rom-coms, they had more of a realistic connection than 99% of Hollywood rom-coms today. And they're not even doing a real rom-com. And I thought that was really cool. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, they did cliches, but also they didn't do cliches.
Purpose. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was refreshing and made it, okay, we're going this way. Okay. I I'm trying to think what else I have to say about this film. Other than that, I was heavily entertained, and I'm hoping, without spoiling, we get more of these. I'm trying to write a Hard Eyes 2 in my brain right now. But if they don't do a Hard Eyes 2, if we can get more projects like these and more holidays, I need more holiday killers.
Yeah, I mean,
what are your thoughts, Anthony?
Holiday horror. One of the main reasons I didn't do backflips when I saw this trailer, the original and in the rare case and the remake of My Bloody Valentine are two of my favorite holiday horrors. They're fantastic. Yeah, I don't know what holidays are left. Leap year? I don't know. Every leap year, somebody's. I don't know. There's. I think this is a good. I think there's. I mean, we've seen them all. In slasher films, it doesn't matter if you see your killer get ripped apart by wild lions, eaten and devoured. You can still have a sequel. You can always bring that killer back somehow.
True.
But this one leaves itself open for one, and I wouldn't mind one. I'd have a good time with one.
Yeah. All right. Those are our thoughts on Hard Eyes. Do you have a written review up for this film already up on your sites?
Yeah, I do. It's on the moviereview.com. It's up. I put it up. When did I put it up? I don't know. Last week sometime. Yeah, I said the same thing, a lot of the same things that we're saying here in my review. It's clever, it's funny. It doesn't say, look, we hate slashers and rom-coms, so watch us just make. It's not doing that. It's having fun with both of the genres, and somehow, in very clever, entertaining ways, blends them both perfectly. And it's a good time, and there's something in it. Couples go to this. There's something in it for the horror fans. There's something in it for the rom-coms, and there's something in it for fans, for viewers who just love to laugh.
Definitely.
It's just a really fun movie.
And to add to that, I think this coming out the week before Valentine's Day is awesome. And now that people are going to see it, I definitely think once people see it, recommend this for Valentine's. I think this is a cool Valentine's Day film, if that's what you do on Valentine's Day outside of going out to dinner and stuff like that, because it has equal parts if your significant other, whoever they may be, are into horror, because I know that's probably a big negative. A lot of people don't want to see horror, especially gory slashers, if they're okay with it, because like my wife wouldn't be cool with this. She loves rom-coms, but she wouldn't be down with a gory slasher. But if you're lucky to be in a relationship that you love both genres together, this is the film for you. Highly, highly recommend. I think it's just going to be a fun time at the theater with a couple. If you're a couple, and don't worry about this is a fake reality. Couples are safe because the billing is couples aren't safe. This is I think is a perfect movie for a couple, especially if you love both genres. It's just so delightful. I think
it is. It's fun, and my wife will gravitate too. She doesn't like the extreme gore. But she doesn't mind it in a context like this. I mean, you laugh.
Okay, so you're my perfect test for this. Tell me when you and your wife finally see this together. I'm curious to see what she thinks.
We're gonna take her next week. Yeah, because I know Arcade wants to see it again. He's gonna take a date on Valentine's Day to Hard Eyes. By the way.
Oh, I love that, dude! Yeah. Shout out to my man Arcade. Go ahead, brother. Yeah, I'm curious. Let me know what they think about that. And I'm curious if does she like horror? Do you know if his girlfriend likes horror or likes horror?
Arcades? I don't know.
Oh,
I have no idea.
Oh, so this might be a breaker. Oh my God, I can maybe sit through this.
It's either going to be the first date or the last date.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I would love to see what your wife thinks about this. But just good times. I had good times with this film. I highly recommend it.
It's not meant to, you don't, okay, let's talk about Hard Eyes. It's just, you grab your popcorn and your best gal, I hate that phrase, and go see Hard Eyes. You're going to be entertained on two different levels across the board, I think. And you do too, I think.
I agree. That's a great way to close this out. That's my pal, Anthony Francis. As you said, movie review, screen comment, film thread, all of Anthony's links will be in the description. Go check him out. Go support him. I'm QP. This is Nerds Rule the World. Thank you for checking this out. Let us know what you think about Hard Eyes in the comments below. Let's talk about it. If you want more, if you liked a particular character or didn't like another character, let's talk about it. I had fun with this film and I want to discuss it. And yeah, there you go.
Best horror tagline in a long time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I dig it. All right, there you go. That's Anthony Francis. I'm QP. Nerds Rule the World. What's up, y'all? It's your boy KP, Nerds Rule the World. Initial thoughts coming out of the press screening for Heart Eyes. Straight up deserves all the heart eyes emojis. I absolutely love this film. I'm 4 for 4 on press screenings right now of just digging everything I've seen so far. This one is a winner. It is a rom-com horror that I didn't know I needed. Great bad guy serial killer. Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding have excellent chemistry. You care about them as they're going through this wild night dealing with the Hard Eyes killer. Shout out to Jordana Brewster, Devon Sawa as the cops. Gigi Zumbado plays the friend of Olivia Holt's character. Just the best friend, just friend you want to have. But great film. I'm going to have a full review on the channel, but Hard Eyes, definite Hard Eyes emojis. Recommend. Your boy QP, Nerds Rule the World. What's up, y'all? If you're at the end of our Hard Eyes review, spoilers, putting this out there. That's why I put this at the very end. Spoilers. If you watched the film, what did you think of, and who did you predict the villains were? I wanted to talk with Anthony because I know he had his predictions. We were already seeing it in a way because we're horror heads. I was like, I knew Jordana Brewster's character was going to be eventually one of them. But then after a while, they tricked me, Anthony, when the Hard Eyes killer is going through the police force and she's shooting him. I'm like, oh, there are two on the screen together. It can't be, so it's not her. I was like, I got played. But right before that, we got introduced to the IT guy. And I love that it's the IT guy as a former IT guy and Asian American too. Shout out to my Asians out there. I was like, the Asian IT guy is going to be the killer because they were talking about I was like, the nerdy Asian IT guy is going to be the killer. So I was like, okay, so that's the guy. And then it confirmed it when I saw that Jordana goes against him. I'm like, okay, so it's no longer Jordana, it's my Asian IT guy. But then we got thrown for another whole thing when it's a whole nother dude at the very end. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on that. And then eventually we'll find out there's 3, so on and so forth. Tell me your thoughts when that was all going through. But that was mine, Anthony. And I was like, damn it on Jordana. But then it came through. And then my Asian IT guy, shout whoever that actor is, I was cheering inside.
I had the same thought, kind of. I thought it was, because they were both really cynical. So I thought it was going to be Jordana Brewster and Devon Sawa. I thought they were both.
Oh, Devon. You thought Devon was there too?
Yeah.
Okay.
But no.
And I love Devon in this too, by the way. We didn't say that in our review, but he was hilarious.
He's great. And he is carving out over the last, 20 years, one hell of a genre filmography. He's really good. And he does all kinds of different stuff, different ways. Plays 50 different roles on Chucky. I like this guy. I really do. Anyway, I thought it was the two of them and then it still fooled me because I stopped thinking about Brewster. The IT guy. I nudged Dark. I'm like, that's the killer. Because, and I mentioned that on the show. I didn't say who, but I'm like, there's one scene and it's such a throwaway and they do something and I'm like, why? And I said, that's got to be the killer. And I was right, 50%. Yeah. Yeah, even though I complained that they screamed it up a little bit on the reveal, it's still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it worked. I like that it keeps you guessing, but also what we spoke about very quickly on the thing. We don't always have to figure it out. We don't always have to. Sometimes there's just a maniac.
Yeah.
The 80s will tell you that. Sometimes there's just a maniac slicing people up because they're a maniac. I miss those. I mean,
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
with that. I was also thinking, because we never saw him, Gigi Zumbado, the best friend's character, that her boyfriend, her benefactor, if you will,
yeah,
would have been like this rich guy who wants to just kill people. You know,
that fleeting thought I had. Yeah.
yeah. So in regards to maybe a part 2, if we get a part 2, because we killed all 3 of the killers in this, maybe someone who gets inspired by the Heart Ice Killer could be a way to write the next chapter.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? Any creative thoughts on your side?
There are broken hearts all over this country. Every Valentine's Day, there can be a new Heart Ice Killer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because you do another one and then a third. Excuse me, it could get boring. Like, oh, another guy whose girlfriend cheated on him or left him on Valentine's Day or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. You'd have to get really creative with it. I can't come up with anything this fast, but
no worries. I know I threw it on you, but yeah. But you could explore the rich. Well, his benefactor, because again we didn't get the benefactor's name or see him, so it could be somebody down the line or somebody inspired by the killers in this one. But
and for the third one, you could go big. Go to the city of love. Go to Paris. You know,
yes.
And, we're safe from the Heart Ice Killer here, right?
You got to go international with it now. I'm already thinking part 2 now. You got to go bigger, better, and go to the, Paris. Like
who put this out?
What studio?
Gems? Screen Gems.
You know what? That's what it looks like on the bottom here.
Screen Gems. We're talking you. We've already given you 2 great ideas. It's on video. You can't steal them. Pay us.
There you go. That's my man, Anthony Francis. Go check him out. Links are in the description below. Again, go check out the film, man, and let's talk about it in the comments. I'm Creepy, Anthony Francis, Nerds Rule the World. All right, brother. There's a cut.